Alright, so now we're starting with the hard route slash, I guess, like true ending route. And this is honestly the route that I'm like way more familiar with because I mentioned this before, but I don't typically do the easy route all that much. I typically do the top route with kind of a little bit of I'd say changes here and there because I do prefer to go to the middle planet sometimes actually over the like exclusive hard route ones, because you can, as long as you get like a mission accomplished on a bunch of those middle planets, like you'll still be on pace to get the true ending and get like go through Area 6 and get Venom 2, so it's not like a huge deal. But I think for these, specifically on these missions that have both mission accomplished and mission completes, and of course I'll be doing the mission completes, but I will try my best, if I don't forget, which, you know, might be a big if sometimes, is to explain what it takes to actually get the mission accomplished, which is the better of the two, the better outcome. I'm going to try and explain what it takes to get the mission accomplished for each of these. So, for example, for Corneria, one, you have to save Falco right there. If he goes down, then you can't get the mission accomplished on this no matter what, because you do need him to basically reveal the path after this. And then, yeah, you just gotta go through all of these archways and make sure not to miss any. And I feel like a lot of people probably already know this, because I feel like this probably isn't a lot of people's first introduction to Starfox necessarily. I do think that there is definitely a market for this being the first introduction to Starfox, but I feel like a lot of the people probably already kind of know this. But just in case, you know, there's anyone that's watching that doesn't know, I'll, you know, kind of just give like little beginner's guide on what the mission accomplished objective is, because sometimes they make it very obvious, and then other times I feel like it's very vague, and I think this is going to be like a perfect comparison between this mission and the next mission, because like it's not explicitly said, but at the same time, like especially in this version, not as much in the N64 version, but I mean, Falco literally says, hey, you think you can, you know, thread the needle through all these archways? So, but there's one, like the next mission that we're gonna play, that is a lot more vague on what you have to do.
We're Starfox. Tell your boss we're coming for him.
You're no match for Andros.
But anyway, that's mission accomplished. Of course, we're gonna get, you know, the little cutscene to play out. So as soon as they start giving their little voice lines, then I'll back out for a second.
That's gotta be worth a bonus. All aircraft report.
It'll take more than an aerial assault supercarrier to slow us down.
Wish your dad could have seen you today.
You just about managed to keep up with me, Fox.
Alright. I will say there's a certain, like, at least for me, there's a certain, like, niceness to it when you see the mission accomplished specifically pop up. It just feels better, you know. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm like, it just feels nice to get that mission accomplished, especially on the next one, which I'll explain a little bit more in here in a second.
Corneria is saved. Andros's forces are at full retreat.
As promised. My crew is worth what you're paying us, General.
Some of your crew is worth it anyway.
Because you shot down the attack carrier, we were able to obtain a wealth of enemy intelligence. Crucially, we've learned that our main fleet has been targeted for attack as it passes through Sector Y. Attempts to warn our people have gone unanswered. I'd like you to rendezvous with them ASAP. If you can take this opportunity to decimate the enemy forces, all the better. Get out there and back up the fleet, Starfox.
Understood, General. I'll have Rob plot a course. I had planned to route us through the Meteo asteroid field, but it sounds like they need us in Sector Y.
Wait a minute, Fox. Scans are showing unidentified energy emanating from within the asteroid field. Maybe we should investigate.
A science field trip. Just what we need.
Andross's army could be using Meteo as a staging area for the invasion. But never mind that. You heard General Pepper. The fleet needs our support in Sector Y.
Alright. So yeah, this is where Sector Y specifically, I feel like, is where it gets like a little bit complicated, because as a kid, gonna be honest, like I did not understand like what would be the mission accomplished criteria. I swear I would just like get it sometimes and I would not recognize a pattern of how I got it. I would just notice that it's like somehow I got it and I'm like, how in the world did I get it this time but not the other time? And there were like at a certain point I believed that the what was the actual criteria was literally just defeating the boss when he has the opportunity to get on his ship. And I thought like the criteria was literally either destroying him while he was on the ship or destroying him before he could get on the ship, because he would always do that like if you weren't like super fast on it. But now I know that really the criteria is just that you gotta like take down a certain number of enemies, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's only 100 total, I believe, that you gotta take out. So, which I feel like, you know, can kind of seem like a lot, especially like the thing that throws me off a lot about like these enemy patterns specifically too is that you have the Shogun warriors that like keep popping up, and like it kind of feels like, you know, they should be like priority #1, but then you have like a ton of like little guys always showing up, like these little guys always showing up at the same time, and I think the Shogun warriors are not necessarily like worth a ton more points than, you know, missing all of those guys. So
We should split up.
I feel like that's part of the hard part. But at the same time, I feel like the best tip for if you're just looking to increase score, whether it's to just get the mission accomplished or if it's to, you know, medal this planet, is the best thing you can do, honestly, is when you see those ships with a bunch of the turrets attached to it.
Nope, target locked on me.
Basic, like these things right here. Both the turrets, and there would be like, there's like little glowing red things too that are often on them as well, and those all each count as one hit that you just.
They're grouped up. Take them all
So
out. One
like,
shot.
you can rack up a ton of just free hits by just taking out a bunch of these. Because I feel like you're in a spot a lot of the times where you see like these turrets and you don't have necessarily like a ton of the guys going after you.
Incoming hail
So
from the Great Fox.
I would definitely say, you know, if there are like just a bunch of those like little enemies, to go after them first. I feel like that is like the easiest way to do it, but at the same time, if you're ever just going through a section that has a ton of those like turrets, and there will be like bright red spots on the side of them too that you can also shoot for some extra points. helps you rack up like your points to be able to pretty easily hit the threshold.
Can't get a lock.
Enemy shield analyzed.
But I always thought it was like this boss was like so weird because like they do like a fake out, because you know they give you these guys, and then as soon as you take out these guys, then you got this.
Don't party just yet.
And this guy is pretty much just,
I
you know,
challenge you to combat,
same thing,
Starfox.
except he's got better maneuverability, he's got his shield. If you actually get close to him, he will kick you.
I'm not finished yet.
Or, like, slap you like you just did to me. So, it's like, he will come after you. He kind of got wrecked there, but I find it so weird how they changed him to be like a...
This is an honorable
like
defeat.
super honorable, which is really strange because literally in original 64, his whole thing was that he was extremely cocky and would even call you cocky every time you got shots on him. It's just so weird. I'm like, they changed his like
The
personality.
Allied fleet is safe. Everybody good?
Radar doesn't lie. We ran them off.
I'm sure General Pepper can take it from here.
Decent shooting, Fox. Let's call it a tie.
But yeah, I feel like that's one of like the changes that is kind of where some of the issues of this game shows. It really is a lot just in the boss's voice lines and just the way they're presented, weirdly enough. And I don't know exactly why, you know, it's just like that aspect just feel like more than anything could use some work, but we're about to get into the next cutscene, kind of like preview before the next planet, so this will be all for me for today. I'll see you guys in the next one.
A commendable performance, Starfox. Thanks to you, our fleet is at full combat capability as it advances into the system.
Just another day at the office, General.
The day's not over yet. Enemy forces are on the move. Our military base on Katina is under siege. It's a key strategic outpost we can't afford to lose. With our fleet in fighting shape, I can send reinforcements to Katina. Meanwhile, I want you to turn your attention to Aquas.
The ocean planet. What's your angle?
Despite its lack of strategic significance, Andross's forces have shown interest in the planet. I'd like to know why.
The R-Wings won't be of much use in the water.
Maintain your position. I'll have an underwater research craft deployed as soon as possible.
Actually, there's no reason to waste time. I've been developing a prototype submersible. It's exactly what we need for this sort of mission.
I've seen that thing in the hangar. What's it made out of? Scrap metal and chewing gum?
Falco's got a point, Fox. Slippy's submersible is entirely untested. I'm as keen as the General to know what's happening on Aquas, but it sounds like Katina could use our help too.
The enemy's up to something on Aquas, and my prototype means we're in a position to do something about it. Show 'em what the Blue Marine can do, Fox.
Thank you.